Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I've got a pretty intense family drama to share with you today, and I could really use your thoughts on this situation. It's been weighing on me for weeks now, and I'm just not sure how to move forward. So, let me set the scene for you. I'm a 28-year-old woman, happily married, and my husband and I love to entertain. We've got this beautiful backyard with a pool, and we often host get-togethers for our friends and family. Now, we don't have kids ourselves, we're still on the fence about that whole life-changing decision, but most of our friends do. So we always try to make our parties family-friendly while still keeping things fun for the adults. A few weeks ago, we decided to throw a pool party. It was a perfect summer day, blue skies, not a cloud in sight, just warm enough to make you want to jump in the pool. We invited a small group of about 15 adults, plus their kids, and of course, I invited my older sister and her 2 daughters. Now, let me tell you a bit about my sister. She's 40, a bit of a workaholic, and she's got 2 girls, my nieces. The older one is 17, and the younger is 12. My sister and I have always been close, despite the age gap. We've had our ups and downs over the years, but I've always tried to be there for her and her kids. In fact, I'm often the one she calls when she's having trouble with her older daughter. Teenagers, am I right? So, the day of the party arrives. My husband and I are bustling around, setting everything up. We've got the grill going, the coolers stocked with drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and the pool looking crystal clear. As our guests start to arrive, the backyard fills with the sound of laughter and splashing. My sister shows up with her girls, but she can only stay for a little while because she has to work later. No problem, I tell her. The girls are having so much fun in the pool, I offer to let them stay the night and drive them home in the morning. My sister agrees, gives the girls a hug, and heads off to work. The party continues, and everyone's having a great time. The adults are chatting and laughing, the kids are playing in the pool, and there's this wonderful, relaxed vibe in the air. I'm feeling pretty good about how it's all going down. Now, I should mention that we do serve alcohol at our parties. Nothing crazy, just some beers and hard seltzers. I had one drink early on while setting up, but that was hours ago. We always keep things pretty tame, especially when kids are around. So, imagine my surprise when, about 2 hours after my sister left, my 17-year-old niece comes up to me and says her mom wants her to come home. She tells me that her mom said I shouldn't drive them because I've been drinking, and that they should look for another ride. I'm a bit taken aback, but I don't want to make a scene. So I arrange for them to get a ride home with a friend who lives in their neighborhood. As I watch them leave, I can't shake this uneasy feeling in the pit of my stomach. Once the party winds down and everyone's gone home, I decide to text my sister. I want to know why she suddenly wanted the girls to come home, and why she thought I was too drunk to drive them. Her response, well, it floored me. She tells me that my 17-year-old niece had called her, claiming that everyone at the party was smoking weed and getting drunk. Not only that, but apparently, people were offering her both weed and alcohol. She said she felt too uncomfortable to stay. I'm reading this text, and I swear, my jaw hit the floor. I mean, what? This was so far from the truth, I couldn't even process it at first. I looked around my empty backyard, trying to reconcile what I knew had happened with what my niece had claimed. Let me be crystal clear here, nobody was smoking anything at this party. Nobody was drunk. And absolutely nobody, offered my underage niece any substances. Most of the people at this party have known my niece since she was little. They're respectable adults with their own kids, for crying out loud. And here's where things get even more complicated. I work in law enforcement. Not as a cop, mind you, I'm more on the clerical side, and I'm actually finishing up school to move into the psychology side of things. But still, a rumor like this? It could seriously jeopardize my career. Not just mine, but potentially the careers of my friends who were at the party too. So I'm sitting there, staring at my phone, feeling this mix of shock, anger, and betrayal. But it gets worse. My sister then tells me that my niece also claimed that after she left, all we did was talk badly about her behind her back. Another complete fabrication. At this point, I'm livid. I'm seeing red. I can't believe my niece would make up such blatant lies, and I'm even more upset that my sister seems to believe her. I decide to call my sister, thinking maybe if we talk it out, she'll realize how ridiculous this all sounds. But no. My sister doubles down. She tells me she doesn't think her daughter is lying. My brother-in-law gets involved, and he takes this frustratingly neutral stance, saying it's all he said, she said, and that he's sorry I'm upset. Sorry I'm upset? That's all he has to say? I'm pacing around my living room at this point, running my hands through my hair, trying to make sense of it all. I ask them if they're going to discipline my niece for spreading such harmful rumors. Their response: crickets. They have no intention of addressing this with her at all. And that's when it really hits me. This isn't just about one party or one lie. This is a pattern of behavior that's been going on for a while now. I start thinking back to all the times my sister has called me to help deal with my niece's attitude. All the times I've been the one to go pick her up when she's run away or when her parents just couldn't handle her anymore. I realize that this situation is bigger than just this one incident. It's about trust, respect, and the long-term health of our family relationships. And in that moment, I make a decision that I know is going to change things forever. I tell my sister that I need to distance myself from her and her family. The words feel heavy as they leave my mouth, but I know it's necessary. I can't keep putting myself in situations where I could be accused of things that could ruin my career or reputation. Now, you might be thinking, wait, don't you have any proof of what really happened at the party? And you'd be right to ask that. We actually do have security cameras in our pool area. So, after this conversation with my sister, I go through the footage and send it to both her and my brother-in-law. You'd think that would settle things, right? Clear evidence that nothing untoward happened at the party. But no. My sister's response? She tells me I'm being overdramatic about the whole situation. She says, we all know her daughter lies. But then she has the audacity to add, it's not like you have a real law enforcement job, and says she doesn't feel an apology is necessary. I'm stunned. I mean, how do you even respond to that? It's like she's acknowledging that her daughter lied but doesn't see the gravity of the situation. At this point, I'm emotionally exhausted. I decide that going no contact is the best option for now. But wait, there's more to this story. Remember how I mentioned I have a younger brother? He's 26, lives in another state, and has always been good at staying out of family drama. Well, I decided to reach out to him about the situation, just to get his perspective. And that's when I found out that my niece had pulled a similar stunt with him at my wedding 8 months ago. Apparently, she told her parents that my brother was sneaking her drinks at the reception. My brother works with kids, so an accusation like that could have cost him his job. He went no contact with them after that, which explains why he didn't come home for Christmas like he usually does. So now, here I am, feeling like I'm in the middle of a family implosion. I've got a niece who seems to have no problem making up harmful lies, a sister who either can't or won't address the issue, and a brother who's already distanced himself from the situation. I can't help but worry about my niece. I know she's been in therapy for a couple of years. It was suggested by her school counselor. But from what I understand, she has a really negative view of therapy because my sister and brother-in-law have told her it's only for crazy people and doesn't work. So, here's where I'm at now. I'm maintaining my distance from my sister and her family. I'm worried about the long-term effects this might have on our relationship, but I also know I need to protect myself and my career. I'm concerned about my niece and the path she seems to be on, but I'm not in a position to help her right now. I guess what I'm asking is, what would you do in this situation? Am I overreacting by distancing myself? Should I be doing more to try and help my niece? How do I balance protecting myself with maintaining family relationships? I'd really appreciate your thoughts on this. It's such a complex situation, and I'm feeling pretty lost right now. So, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. And if you've ever been in a similar situation, I'd love to hear how you handled it. Thanks for listening to my story, everyone. I really appreciate your time and any advice you can offer. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more stories like this. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your loved ones.